Welcome to the Future in 15 show. I'm host Caleb Parker, and today we're here with David Lovett-Hume, who's the founder and CEO of Asemblr. David, for those who don't know Asemblr, can you tell us a little about what you guys do and a little bit about your background?
Sure, absolutely. So Asemblr is the world's first aggregated events platform, which pulls together venues and a plethora of suppliers like ground transport, catering, photographers into one proprietary and easy to use booking software, essentially. So we connect users direct to suppliers simultaneously.
Okay, and so you have a background in events?
Yeah, I used to co-own an events agency actually. I bought into an existing agency called Event Assembly.
Okay.
But prior to that, I actually come from a technology background, so the two things just married perfectly.
Oh, brilliant. Well, today we've been talking about marrying technology and events. We've also been talking about the big debate on whether the DMC model is dying on Halloween. Of course, it's an appropriate topic.
Yeah.
But what's your view on this?
Yeah, I think, so some people have been worried about what Asemblr does and whether that's going to replace what a DMC does. I think to a certain extent, yes, it is. We offer the same choice of suppliers, whether it's ground transport, catering, restaurants and hotels. But I think the topic around DMCs is not dying, but it just needs to either embrace new technologies and work with us as partners, or evolve. I think DMCs still have a role to play in that niche event, that hidden gem that can't be researched online, that people don't have the information readily available. And actually, by working with the likes of Asemblr, actually we can all grow and evolve together. But I think if that protectionism that the DMCs have currently got doesn't evolve, and they don't evolve the way they work, then yeah, we could see a lot of DMCs going by the wayside. So
let's talk about that for a moment. When you say DMCs can embrace technology, to what extent? Can you give some examples of how a DMC would embrace technology? Yeah,
I mean, for us, we want to give our users, and at the moment they're all corporate clients, we want to give them a plethora of choice. So if they choose to have an event in Bucharest, then they can go on and they can research the venues, the suppliers within that destination. Now, as a platform, we can either get a team on the ground to go and hunt out those venues, the restaurants, the photographers, or DMCs can work with us to be able to supply that information and actually offer their services through the platform as well. So that's one way of them embracing technology and actually getting their service in front of corporate users that they possibly can't reach.
So how would a DMC offer their services through a platform like yours?
So they would use their local contacts, the hidden gems. They would load that content up on their system. They would own that content to a certain extent. And then also whatever additional services they might have about event management on the day. And then when the user goes onto the platform, they start selecting the venues, the suppliers that they want to use in that event, or they think they want to, and get quotes from. And then that DMC supplies those quotes, and then they become kind of that event owner, if you like.
Okay, so the DMC is still in touch with the customer directly?
Absolutely. Yeah. We are a technology that puts user in touch with supplier. Now, whether that's the end supplier or the DMC in this case, if the DMC has a real good offering, then the DMC is the user supplier. We just get out of the way. We're just there to facilitate all of the planning and booking.
Okay, so just to challenge this for a moment.
Sure.
If I'm a DMC, am I not concerned that I'm going to give you all of my knowledge and my suppliers? You have it in your platform. I'm offering my services, but then what's to stop someone from going and booking with the suppliers directly around the DMC?
Yeah, so I mean, if you're thinking about Asemblr going around the DMC, we just wouldn't do that. Power in partnerships. We grow, we give our users more choice, we get more business, everybody wins. If you're talking about the users going through the DMC, then it means that they would be circumventing Asemblr as well, which typically doesn't happen because of the software that we've built streamlines their processes so much that it saves them so much time. I think the girl before me explained that the systems that they've got in-house at the moment is about the average of 2 people. Mm-hmm. Well, we save exactly the same kind of time for these corporate users, depending on how many events that they currently run. We also offer the Asemblr guarantee, which is unique in the industry. So everything that's booked through Asemblr it's guaranteed by Asemblr. We insure against cancellation against unforeseen circumstances, terrorism, etc. So it makes the user, not only the system streamline their processes, they want to use it, but the guarantee's there. If they circumvent that, they don't have any of that coverage.
So if the DMC's not dying, the DMC's model is evolving, they're embracing technology, fast forward 5, 6, 10 years, what's the future look like?
For DMCs?
Yes.
I think DMCs will be thinned out. I think the DMCs that don't offer a unique proposition and don't evolve with the times won't be there. But then what you'll be left with is a stronger set of DMCs actually offering a very specific and unique service. But I still largely see, especially the initial point of contact, being through technology, not through people. Well,
one of the points that came up in the debate was on human skills, the empathy, the creativity, strategy, versus the robotic, repetitive tasks that technology can do for you. And I personally believe that you take and marry those together, and those become intertwined, and that becomes 1 + 1 = 5 versus 1 + 1 = 2. Are you saying that 5 or 6 years from now, that strong DMC that's left is the technology plus the human skills?
Absolutely.
Together?
Yeah.
And you're hoping to facilitate that?
Absolutely, yeah. We don't want to be a technology that replaces humans. We're not about chatbots, where, we're using a little bit of AI, but that is more to be able to deliver more relevant results to somebody, rather than trying to replace humans with AI. So I still see that having the technology and the human aspect interlinked is absolutely key. And yes, absolutely, we're trying to facilitate that.
Okay, so moving back to Asemblr for a moment and just focusing where you're at today, where you see the future. You guys, where are you at funding-wise?
Yeah, we've received funding previously through Travelport, Fuel Ventures, and Chairman MasterCard. We're actually right in the middle of another round now. Got some money committed, but it's all about us growing the business. We've got a good technology, a good solid customer base and supplier base, and now it's about expanding internationally. Okay.
And so looking fast, that crystal ball again, 5, 10 years from now, what is your North Star? What is your vision for Asemblr?
Yeah, so for Asemblr, we will have a global presence, and our users will be using a plethora of tools to streamline their processes. We are all about easing the stress of an event organizer. I think we all know that actually planning and booking and running an event is extremely stressful, so we're about taking that stress out of it from the planning and the booking stages.
Okay, and you said you're going to be global. You
Correct.
Have some upcoming news that you want to talk about?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. So in the next 4 weeks, we'll be launching 10 new European cities and Dubai. So that means that we'll be, thank you very much, yeah. And it's all led by the users. So we look at what destinations that they're currently booking the most, and then we go out and we source the relevant content to be able to give them their choice. Yeah. Okay, so more back to you personally, as a startup founder, because you guys are a startup clearly.
Sure, yeah. What is one of your biggest challenges right now?
One of the biggest challenges is re-education of the market. We've created a new segment. The technology that we've put together can work for event bookers, whether it's an agency or a corporate client. And it's about educating people how this technology can actually shape the way that they book events, rather than, again, doing everything manually and using spreadsheets and disparate communication methods. That's the biggest challenge.
And if you weren't doing Asemblr, what would you be doing differently? What would you be doing? On a beach somewhere? I mean,
spending more time with my family, that's for sure. But no, honestly, I would be doing Asemblr. Asemblr is absolutely the one business that I've been involved with that is going to reshape an entire industry. I've been involved with other reshaping businesses before, like Groupon, but that's arguable whether it was actually helpful or destructive. So yeah, Asemblr's not that. Sure. Yeah.
Okay, good. Well, how can people find you online, find out more about Asemblr?
Sure, so the website is www.asemblr, which is ASEMBLR.com, and at Asemblr or at Hey Asemblr.
at Hey Asemblr.
Yeah.
Is that Twitter?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much.
Caleb, thanks very much.
David,
Yeah.
cheers.
Great, thank you.
And thank you for tuning in. Until next time, take care of yourself.